One of the sweetest things about playing the credit card game is that you can get great value from both simple and complex setups. Let's think about a simple travel setup where you only have the Chase Sapphire Preferred card and you always redeem for 1.25 cents per point in value on the travel portal. Good stuff, but it doesn't quite cut it for me. If you're willing to spend the time to learn about and implement them, complex multi-card strategies have more potential for outsized value for your credit card points and miles, and may also offer more benefits and credits that you can organically use. In this video, I'm going to share parts of the multi-card setup that my wife and I share, as well as how we use credit card rewards to redeem a 4-night stay in Los Angeles, California, where we spent almost $4,000 less in flights and hotels compared to their retail prices. I often talk about how to redeem credit card points and miles for maximum value, so if you like that kind of stuff, please consider subscribing to the channel. We'll start with the flights. My closest airport is Newark Liberty International Airport in New Jersey. It's widely identified as a New York airport, but it's really New Jersey, just like MetLife Stadium, in which the New York Giants and Jets play. Anyway, there are several non-stop flights from Newark to LAX offered by multiple airlines, but mostly United. The flight would have costed, at the time of my booking for 2 people, $626 going there and $346 coming back, totaling $1,072. No small sum, so naturally I thought, how can I do this trip with points and miles? Between me and my wife, we have Amex, Chase, Capital One, and Citi points, which gives us access to not only United miles, but also miles from 7 of its Star Alliance partners. If you want to search for United award availability, you can go on United's website, and if you see Saver Award Fare Class X, the itinerary should be obtainable through some, if not all, of the Star Alliance partners. We ended up going with what costed the least amount of credit card points, naturally, which was with Turkish Airlines. Currently, a US domestic United flight would be 10,000 Turkish airline miles for one-way and economy and 15,000 miles for business or first class. While these are the award prices following a devaluation earlier this year, they might still be your cheapest option in terms of credit card points. We, however, still got to enjoy the previous award pricing of 7,500 miles one-way and economy, so round trip for 2 people costed us 30,000 miles plus $22.40 in taxes and fees. We got these 30,000 Turkish airline miles from transferring 30,000 Citi thank you points through my wife's Citi Premier card, though you can also transfer Capital One miles and bill points if you have those. This brings us to a 3.5 cent per point valuation, which is pretty incredible and rare for economy from my experience. And we brought the cash payment down from $1,072 to just $22.40. The potential for outsized value from your credit card points is not just on premium international flights, but also on more commonly taken US domestic economy flights, which is just great. I love the value and versatility that transfer partners can offer you. One more thing about the flight, my wife and I actually traveled with a companion, our dog. This is her. She fits nicely under the airplane seat because, as you can see, she's pretty small. Bringing an in-cabin pet requires a pet fee, which for United is $125 one way. Thankfully, the $200 airline incidental credit on the American Express Platinum card, which is a calendar year credit, applies on this pet fee. My wife and I both have Amex Platinum cards, so we each paid for the fee for one leg and are left with $75 each to use on a later date. Now, onto the hotels. My wife and I both agree that one of our rooms was the nicest room that either of us have ever stayed at, and it was at the Waldorf Astoria Beverly Hills, a Hilton property. Honestly, if we were paying cash for this trip, we wouldn't have stayed at this property, given that for the 2 nights that we were there, it would have costed a sizable $2,711. Thankfully, you can get these same nights using 120,000 Hilton points per night, or you can redeem a Hilton free night certificate, which, barring some restrictions, is uncapped. Since with the certificate, you can book an award night that costs any amount of Hilton points, it's generally more valuable if you use it on more high-end properties. We ended up doing 1 night with 120,000 Hilton points and 1 night with a free night certificate, which my wife got all from a previous sign-up bonus on the Hilton business card, which was for 150,000 Hilton points and a free night certificate. While the current bonuses on any of the Hilton cards are not as lucrative, you can still replicate the rewards by paying $550 for the Hilton Aspire card, which currently offers 150,000 Hilton points for spending $6,000 in the first 6 months, and comes with a free night certificate as an annual benefit, as well as many other benefits. The Hilton Business, however, is just $95, and this is what I regard as what we actually paid for the 2 nights. The power of Hilton points really comes through on more luxurious properties, such as in this booking, where we got a cent per point value of 1.13. On more economical properties, you're more likely to see 0.5 to maybe 0.8 cents per point. However, if you're somebody who values getting more nights from your points compared to more luxury, then you shouldn't care as much about the cent per point. There was another credit card benefit that we were really hoping to use on this trip, which took place just last month in January. My wife was considering canceling her Amex Platinum card and asking for a retention offer soon. But before she did that, we wanted to use the $200 hotel credit, which is another calendar year credit. It's only applicable on Amex's fine hotel and resorts and hotel collection properties, so okay, let's see what kind of LA properties are available. A good number of them are quite steep, which is often the case for properties in these brands, but thankfully there is the Langham Huntington in Pasadena, an FHR property whose cost is more manageable. We booked 1 night for about $415, so $215 after applying the $200 hotel credit. And having booked through FHR, we received several great benefits, including a $100 experience or dining credit that we used on dinner, a food credit that we used on breakfast, as well as guaranteed 4 p.m. late checkout, which came in really handy when we were visiting the Huntington Library, Art Museum, and Botanical Gardens in the day. It's a really cool spot, and the hotel and room were also great. Hopefully, through hearing about this redemption, you've gotten some ideas about how you can use your credit card points, benefits, and transfer partners towards significantly subsidizing your travels, as well as increase the luxury of your travel experience if that's your jam and you're willing to pay more points per individual trip. We paid a total of $322 for 2 round-trip flights, including with our dog, and 3 hotel nights, which would have retailed for $4,298. I will note that we had other expenses like the hotel pet fees and the parking fees that we weren't able to cover with any credit card benefits or credits. So just remember to anticipate and budget for these type of expenses when you're planning for your travel. How do you guys think we did with this one? I'd love to know below in the comments. And remember the Hilton Aspire card, the one that comes with the ultra valuable free night certificate? I have a video here where I go over the card and other Hilton cards and explain how to think about which card is best for you. Hope to see you there, and thanks so much for watching. Peace.